Hello, and welcome to another installment of the Murphy Android book tutorials. Today we're going to cover creating a stub project in Android Studio. My name is Nicholas Nikolic, and you're listening to the Android book tutorials. These tutorials are based on the Creative Commons work of Mark Murphy, who kindly released versions of his book, The Busy Coder's Guide to Android Development, and as such are released Creative Commons as well. I'll read from the book and go through the points directly. You might be warned that at this time I cover up to Android 4.4, whereas originally the original subscription book is updated on a quarterly basis for Android 6 and beyond. For completely current versions of Android, please purchase a subscription to the Murphy's book at commonsware.com. Creating a stub project. Creating an Android application first involves creating an Android project. As with many other development environments, the project is where your source code and other assets, for instance icons, reside. And the project contains the instructions for your tools for how to convert that source code and other assets into an Android APK file for use with an emulator or device, where the APK is Android's executable file format. Hence, in this tutorial, we kick off development of the sample Android application to give you the opportunity to put some of what you learned in this book in practice. About our tutorial project. The application we will be building in these tutorials is called EMPUB Lite. EMPUB Lite will be a digital book reader, allowing users to read a digital book like the one that you are reading right now. EMPUB Lite will be a partial implementation of the EMPUB reader used for the APK version of this book. EMPUB itself is a fairly extensive application, so EMPUB Lite will have only a subset of its features. The main EMPUB app, however, will be used elsewhere in this book to illustrate more advanced Android capabilities. The M of EMPUB and EMPUB Lite stands for embedded. These readers are not designed to read an arbitrary EPUB or MOBI formatted book as you might download from somewhere. Rather, the contents of the book, largely an unpacked EPUB file, will be baked into the reader APK itself. So by distributing the APK, you're distributing the book. About the rest of the tutorials. Of course, you may have little interest in writing a digital reader book app. The tutorials presented in this book are certainly optional. There is no expectation that you'll write any code in order to get value from this book. These tutorials are simply here as a way for you to, those of you who learn by doing, have an opportunity to just do just that. And it'll give us something to look at on screen. Hence, there are any number of ways you can use these tutorials. Ignore them entirely. That's not the best answer, but you are welcome to do it. You can read the tutorials but not actually do any of the work. This is the best low-effort answer. It is likely that you will learn things from the tutorials that you have missed simply by reading the non-tutorial chapters. You can follow along the steps that actually build the EMPUB Lite app. You can download the answers from the book's GitHub repository. There's a GitHub repository, and it is at github.com/commonsguy/cw-omnibus/tree/master/EMPUB-Lite. And my guess is if you go up that directory tree, you'll find the rest of the code. Any of these are valid options. You will need to choose for yourself what you wish to do. All that being said, it's a pretty good idea to do at least this tutorial to learn how to create an Android project. About the Eclipse instructions. These are pretty close to Android Studio, so we're just going to go ahead and Open up Android Studio. Now this is where I'm diverging from the book because Android Studio is a different environment. So I'll just do my own quick tutorial here. Start a new Android Studio project. Application name. We're going to call this Hub Light. My company domain is Isn't It Cool? So my package name is cool.nic.is and public. I like that. Project directory is okay. Next. Minimum APK Android 4.4 KitKat. That's all we're going to support. We're going to start with no activity since this is a stub. And I'm going to start with an empty activity. Might as well have a screen in it. And then next. Main activity is fine. General layout, activity main. Layout name, activity main, that's okay. This is actually just the XML file, as far as I understand, that's generated. And then finish. Goes through its rigmarole. Let's give it a moment. Those do have their eye vape. And there's our app. I'll take a look at a few of the directories here. Here is Java, and then here's the app directory. From if we look at the project directory, we'll see lots more files. We don't want to be in there. If we're in the Android mode, you'll see the app directory where it has the manifests, Android manifest, and main activity are the two most important files. So that's where we do most of our work. And now you've seen creating a new file. Creating a new project. Thank you.